Hello there, this is Anthony Johnson, and the premise of this video is to walk you through how to create a logical stored procedure. What I mean by logical, I mean using if, else, case statements, and things of that nature. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up this view that we're going to extract data from. So now you see this, the result set. We have 4 regions in here, and we have a multitude of claim charges. So we're gonna, in the claim charge column, we're gonna target 10,000 or more, and in the region column, we are going to create variables for the northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. So now let's begin. I'm gonna take this schema name right here. And give it an alias. We'll give it a name of USP region. $10K or more. Now we're gonna put a parameter, which is region, because that's how we're gonna decipher it, as begin set no count on. We're gonna do begin try begin transaction. We have to give our parameter a data type, which is going to be var chart. Oh, my apologies, var chart 10. Alrighty. Then we're going to declare a couple of variables. At NE for northeast, var chart 10 equals northeast. So essentially we're going to copy this and paste it a couple of times, but we're going to modify it. So we have it 4 times because we have 4 different regions. So this one is going to be northwest. Change this to west. SE for southeast. Change this to southeast. Modify that. Change it to SW for southwest. Southwest. So now we have our variables declared. Now we're going to use if statements. So we're going to say if at region equals at NE begin and that's our body, or that's our block of code. I'm going to say select from insurance analysis dot our view all into NE for northeast results. Where region equals at NE and claim charge is greater than or equal to 10,000. And then we're going to do a select all from pound NE results. So essentially we're going to copy and paste this a couple of times. We know we're going to save space, we're just going to bring it all up together. So we're going to paste this 2 times. And then we're going to paste it again, but we're going to change this to else, which is our default value. So if it doesn't hit these 3 parameters prior to hitting the else, then that's what it's going to be. So northwest, NW, as you can see there. I'm change this to NW as well. NW and NW. Then we have SE. I can change that to SE as well. SE. SE results. Alrighty, and for the last one, we have Southwest. So SW. SW. I just copied and pasted to save some time. SW. And then we're going to do commit since we're inside of a transaction. We're going to do and try begin catch we're going to do if at error is greater than 0, roll back. Roll back essentially means, we're going to do a control R real quick. Rollback means that it won't input any of the data in there, and it won't bring any results back if there was an error. So we're going to do select we're going to select error line. Just put it inside some single quotes, error line. Error message. Error severity. And that's it. And then we're going to end the catch. We're going to place another end there. And that is to end the transaction. So if you see here, if it's northeast, then place it inside of the northeast results temp table and then select all from it, which will display all the results based off of the user input. Same goes for the northwest. If they pick northwest, if they type in northwest because it's inside of our variable, then it would go inside of a temp table, and then it will select all from that temp table, which will display all the northwest results. Same as the southeast results, and then we have our else statement, which is essentially the same thing, which is the default. So let's go ahead and execute this. Okay, so that was successful. We just do a Control Shift R for refresh. And now let's go ahead and execute it. Execute. Since we use our schema name, once we use execute, you see that's the only thing that pops up because we have 3 tables inside of the schema name. So let's type in Southwest. And let's go ahead and execute. And as you can see, nothing but Southwest results greater than or equal to 10,000. So that is how you create a logical stored procedure based off of the user's input. Just to run through that one more time, we created our procedure, or of course create procedure name. We place our variable, our parameter, which is the input of the user. And for best practices, as begin, set no count on. That's one of the best practices of creating a stored procedure. Then we do begin try, because we want our procedure to be fail proof. Begin try, then begin transaction. Then we declare variables here that held the values of the regions that we want to seek. Then we place them within if statements, essentially nested if statements. We did 3 of those, and then for the 4th one, which was Southwest, it was an else, which is the default value. So what I mean by that is if it wasn't within, if the user didn't input northeast, northwest, or southeast, then Southwest would be the remaining. That would be the results that you would get. So let's place northeast here just to test it out. Although I just showed you guys northeast, we have northeast and northwest. Let's just go ahead and do northwest. Northeast and south, northwest and southwest. We are getting those results because I'm not quite sure why we're getting additional values there. Because I essentially, let's try it one more time. Run that. We're getting southwest as well. Northeast, northwest. So essentially, that's what that is. And actually, let's just open up another query window. It's always best practices to make sure you're in the right database. So we're just gonna execute that. See, I was executing a store procedure from where it was built at. So we just do insurance analysis. We just north, east. It still keeps bringing up the northwest. Or it keeps bringing up the southwest. I mean, that's interesting. Let's go back and debug this. If you look at our store procedure, everything is pretty much done correctly. It's pretty odd that it's bringing up both. Let's go from the top. Okay, region, northwest, northeast, first table. You know what? So this is what we're gonna do. It's pretty good that it showed up like this. So we're gonna go to programmability. You know, we're actually going to we're gonna refresh this because we just created that store procedure. Programmability. We're just gonna add an additional else. We're not going to let's go to script as alter. We're not going to leave it up to chance. We're going to just, play about a book. And we're going to do I'm going to take that away. We're going to say if at region equals at SW, which stands for Southwest. We have that there. Then we'll say else print you've you entered a region that's my apologies, I can't spell it now. I keep pressing it. That's not present. Alrighty. So now we're gonna go ahead and execute that. Control Shift R. Alrighty, let's go ahead and execute that. So there we go. We have all the northeast, and if we go to our other tab, let's just change this just to prove that it works right. Southwest. So sometimes it's like that. It's pretty much most of coding is troubleshooting. So opposed to leaving it up to chance, we actually had to specify everything out. But this is essentially how you create a logical store procedure based off of the user's input. We showed that we created nested if statements within a store procedure that displayed the results that was flipped into a temp table. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you watch the video and rewind it if you get stuck on anything. And have a blessed day. Bye-bye.